Hi, welcome to this C# tutorial on how to make lists in Unity C#. So first of all, why you would need a list? Let's say you have multiple game objects that you want to enable at a certain point or disable. So if you're a beginner, you would probably do something like that. Right, so you have multiple objects, each one separately, and you want to disable them somewhere in the code, let's say update. So you go, or maybe at the beginning, right? So maybe at the beginning of the game you want them disabled, and then you enable them in the certain point of the game. So yeah, you would probably do something like that. So object one dot set active is false, and then you would do object two dot set active false, and so on. And that is not ideal, obviously, because if you add another object here, you would need to change the whole code about with it, and all of the lines, and it gets super messy and unfocused. So yeah, what you would want to do is make a list of objects. So first off, you would need to type here using system.collections.generic. So that's just a library from which we're calling it, that we need. So you would do a public list and game objects, objects. So yeah, here you go. And so here you would then do this, a function called for each. So for each game object in, we need to name it in objects, and then object dot set active equals false. And basically we can edit that list, we can add stuff to it, we can remove stuff from it, and it will, all of the game objects will be automatically false at the start of the game. So yeah, there's also a function called array, which you can do like so, game object, and then you add square brackets at the end, object array. Okay, but basically, why the list one is better? So you can as well do that with an array one, right? Array, it works both ways. But why is the list one preferable? Is basically you cannot edit array. You cannot add or remove objects from it. Array will always be of certain length. So if you remove an object from it, then there's one place missing. That's not good. It will throw you an error. Also, if you want to add another game object to it, you cannot do that. So let's test that, right? So in the object array, there's no add or anything, right? So let's say length, and you want to change in length but by one. You cannot do that. It's impossible. So yeah, but with the list one you can. If you want to add another object here, you do add, and then let's create one object here, game object, test object. Let's make it so yeah. Okay, So yeah, first, of course, you need to specify it. So test object equals get component. Let's see. And then you can have game mode. First, you have to assign it, otherwise it won't work, of course. But yeah, so you can add it and you can remove it as well. Object list dot remove. So you can remove it as well here, and that's pretty much it as of right now. For this beginner tutorial. So yeah, the object list, the lists are very much more flexible than arrays, but you can use arrays as well if you don't really need to change the length of it. For like performance, for better performance, you can use arrays, but lists are preferable. So yeah, that's all for today, and maybe I'll do more tutorials like this if this video does well, but yeah, we'll see. All right, see you.